Hello, everybody. It's Mark Ling here, and I've got with me a guy, Greg Hamlin, who is a really special guest. He has gone through a lot of financial turmoil over the years. He's had a lot of personal hardships over his life, as well as financial ones. So that's why I wanted to bring him here, because he's actually had things happen, like he's actually lost both his wife and his daughter, gone through hardships that most people, you never want them to go through at any point in their life. And he's also lost all of his real estate holdings that he had. Any earnings he was making from owning property just went to try and fund his wife's medical treatment and things like that. There's been a lot of bad things happen to him. Yeah, he's managed to bounce back, at least from a financial point of view, which is going to give him a real chance of early retirement. Although I don't know if he'll want to retire now that things are happening like this, with at least with his online stuff. So let's find out everything about what's going on with Greg and how he's managing to absolutely smash it online as in a newfound way as a super affiliate. So welcome along, Greg.
Okay, thanks, Mark. It's great to join you. Yeah. So yeah, like you said, had a few ups and downs over the years.
Ups and downs. I don't even know if that. Yeah, I honestly don't know how you even got through any of those tragedies. I'm guessing you don't ever get over it. To be able to pick yourself up and still fight and do something with your life from there is it's really inspiring.
Yeah, thanks. Well, it's one of those things you can either let the world run over the top of you, or you can just dust yourself up and get back into it again. And that's basically what Wendy, was my wife that passed away. She we always had that same sort of get up and go. Like the cancer that took her in the end, she was only meant to live for, well, I found out afterwards, she was only meant to live for 12 months, but she said she was going to fight it, and she lived for 8 years. So I got eight lucky years with her. At the same time, yes, we had some financial hardships, and as you said, we lost the properties and almost lost businesses. And I did lose my first business 25 years ago, and that was kind of a bit of a lesson for me. And I grew and built up a pretty substantial property portfolio. And like I said, or like you said, got talked into doing a few things that were wrong, and sold a few things, and
wow.
It's just one of those ups and downs along the way. I mean, most people have a life story as well, but some people.
Well, some people get knocked down, if not by the first problem, then the second problem that happens. And some people don't get back up in life. Some people literally live the rest of their life from paycheck to paycheck, struggling to get by and struggling to get over or live with. I don't know if you get over some of these hardships or live with them, and you're just phenomenal. Like, you must have such a strong mindset to be able to pull through and be able to still be someone that's persistent and an action taker.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all about taking action at the end of the day. If you don't take those steps forward, you can be, like you said, like I was saying before, if life runs over the top of you. I've seen people that just give up instead of fighting. And we fought for everything along the way. And the son had leukemia, the daughter we lost, all those sort of things that happened along the way. They were life lessons to be able to say, okay, we can get back up and get going again. As I say, dust yourself off and get going.
I think it's really important as a mindset lesson. We haven't even got started with what's going on with you with the affiliate stuff, which we will in just a quick sec. But as a mindset lesson to anybody, sometimes, and I know some people's problems are life and death, like the problems that the tragedy you've been through, but sometimes your problems aren't life and death, and yet they stress you out to the hilt. And you've got to realize some problems are quality problems to have, and they're challenges and opportunities to go back and have that be your story and that be your journey. And you can, bad things happen to a hero in the hero's journey, and some things you could listen to a guy like Greg and put things in a bit of perspective. I
mean, we always looked at it from the other side of things. When we lost everything the first time, and we'd actually lost my daughter, and then 6 months later my son got leukemia, I put a manager in the business. We lost the business. We're sitting in emergency housing up in Canberra going, you know, at least we're not as bad as other people, you know, we're still alive, we're not, you know, and that sort of stuff. So, you know, it's again about how you look at it. And, you know, you can always find, in my opinion, you can always see there's always people doing it worse than yourself. And we always looked at that, not saying that was a driving force, but we're saying, shit, we're lucky, you know, we had cancer. There's people that don't have cancer that don't get support. They don't get any help. You know, we actually had some help where, you know, we ended up in emergency housing. It was because of the Cancer Foundation that got us into that. And yeah, like I said, I mean, like you said,
no,
you know, other people just run away.
It is a rare attitude, but it is one that's super important, though, being able to still be grateful for the good things when things aren't always going the right way. Because it's so easy, because the human brain is remarkable. Tries to protect us, and one way of protecting us is to make sure every time something goes wrong, not to forget about it so that you fix it. Problem is sometimes you go on overkill and you dwell on only the negatives. You could have positive things and negative things happening in your day, but to actually stew over and rethink the same thoughts over and over again, and never stewing over all of the positives like you do, that can set you down a really bad path. But you keep talking about it. Oh, we were grateful for this, or we were, you know, lucky about this. And some people won't even notice the good.
And that's the thing. I mean, I look at the stuff that's happened even in the affiliate marketing journey. You know, there's been days where you sit there going, shit, why is it not working? You know, what, you know, and then all of a sudden you just go, okay, right, what have I got to do? Write another ad, do another thing, just take the steps to get yourself moving forward. And that's so
your best day so far is $8,311 so far, and you're making a really, really decent living now off this affiliate stuff. How did it feel when you really noticed that, oh my goodness, I've got a handle over this, I really know what I'm doing now, and then you were able to scale up to a day like that?
Yeah, well, the funny part was, it was, you know, you're looking at it going, you know, you could hear all these other stories about other people doing it and that sort of stuff. And it was like, gee, you know, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. Then all of a sudden it was just, because it was so easy to scale in this process, this program and the process is so easy to be able to scale. It was just like, bang, I've got a winner, double it. And it was just amazing just to be able to sit there and go, okay, right, this is working. And you could, instead of just seeing other people get it, you could actually smell it, feel it, touch it. I actually rang a mate of mine on the Friday afternoon, because it was I think it was the Friday before my $8,000 day was a $2,500 day that actually had $1,500 profit. I'm sitting there going, refresh, is there another sale? Is there another sale? And I'm sitting there having a beer, talking to me mate about, this is more addictive than anything else. You know, it's like gambling, but you know, when you're having a successful day like that, it just changes your whole. Well, you know, you can feel it, you taste it, you know it's there, it's real.
So, yeah, I mean, like gambling, but not really.
No, it's not gambling.
I'll kind of explain it to people just a little bit and see if you agree. It's kind of like you test this thing and it may or may not work. You test another thing, it may or may not work. You test this other thing, it might break even. So you spend money, you're breaking even, you're almost there. And then you test the thing and then you're gone backwards, you're losing money. And then you test this thing based on this and suddenly it's making a profit. And then you test this other thing and bam, it's making you double your money back. And then you try to double the income on it and you go, oh, actually it doesn't hurt to keep spending more and more. To a certain point, you end up making more returns because it is actually predictable. It's kind of like how somebody advertising for their local gym on, say, I'll just make up radio station names, 91ZM, C93 FM. They advertise on the sports station, they advertise on the political news station, and they find that because they track which station, they track it by giving different coupons to different people who go through, like 50% off if you quote the coupon, blah, 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 when you turn up. And they find that when they advertise on the political station, for some reason, they make double their money back. They get double the money back from new gym members for every dollar they spend. And they only spent $1,000 on ads. Now they spent $5,000, and they find, oh, we get, what do you know? We're still making double our money back. It's not gambling. It's testing. It's testing to find where the audience works, and then you spend a bit more within that space. And it's kind of like that with online stuff though, right?
Stuff, yeah. I mean, yeah, I probably used the wrong term, gambling. It's like sales. I mean, I used to do sales years ago in the other businesses and stuff like that. I did sales, and it, you know, when you make the deal or do the deal, it's just gives you that you know, rush that, hey, look, I've made it, I've done the deal, it's a good deal. It might have been a $500 product, it might be a $5,000 product. This is the same thing. It's like you've made the sale, like you said, you've tested and you've worked, and now it's working, and you just hitting the refresh going, okay, you spend $1, make $2. It's simple math.
It's business though. All business is based on trying to find leads, which is your traffic, and in this case it's online leads, online traffic, buying traffic through YouTube ads. We'll talk about that in a quick sec. So it's all businesses are leads times your conversion rates times the average dollars per sale, and times average number of sales per customer, but in its shortest form, leads times conversions. And you just minus the expenses. So leads, and then you're just trying to see, are you converting enough sales to cover the ad costs? And in places where you are, because the ad is just right, it makes you just keep spending more to make more. Some people look at it as like, that doesn't seem right. You know, if you're doing it, why isn't everyone doing it? Everyone is doing it. Well, not everyone, but YouTube made $7 billion last month. $7 billion in advertising. So, and over, I think there were several hundred people spent over $1 million in a month on ads, probably because they're making at least 50% of their money back, if not double, right? Yeah. They're not spending all this money without being able to do it. And tens of thousands of people were spending in the tens of thousands per month, again, doing the same thing. So, and then there were a further like 1 million or so people are doing it, spending like, they might be spending just 5,000 in a month and making 8,000 back. It's still working at all these different levels. You can't make that much money as a company in ads if people aren't making money back. It's exactly just everyone's finding out how to get the simple math right, and it's been like that for generations because people done it with radio ads, TV ads, businesses,
newspaper ads years ago. You know, like it's the 5 ways thing. You know, leads, conversions, average dollar sale gives you your profit. You know, turnover and profit. You know, like the bottom line is turnover and profit.
I think what feels magical about it for most people is when it supersedes their normal income from their job. Because people are like, oh yeah, some people are like, yeah, I still believe it because I'm spending 100, I'm making 200. It's that moment that they spend enough to make, oh my God, I'm actually pulling in double what I'm earning in my day job. And it seems to keep going up. I think, what do you feel like? Did you ever feel like there was some sort of ceiling that it felt like the moment you pushed through it, it felt like, oh my goodness, the sky's the limit?
Yeah, actually, because I was always aiming for that $1,000 day. You know, that was the main thing, was like the old breakthrough that was in the previous course that I was looking at with the Facebook stuff. And it was like, need to hit that $1,000 day. And then I hit it like within 2 weeks, I hit the first $1,000 day. I'm going, this is easy. And then within 2 days after that, I was on a $2,500 day, you know. And then, like I said, 3 days after that, I was at I think it's 3 or 4 days after that, I was at $8,500 or $8,300, you know. I mean, there's not, what I'm looking at the moment is, okay, they're great to have those days, but it's now about being more consistent, you know, getting that $1,000, $2,000 a day profit every day is what it's about. And, you know, when you're spending, like you're saying, you know, there's people advertising there. It is really about, if you can see $1 return, you spend an ad money on your ad and it gives you a return, well, you keep doing it. If you spend money on an ad and it doesn't give you a return, well, you stop doing it. That's the simple part. Simple maths, simple business.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're a human being like anyone else. So anyone watching this is a human being like anyone else. And some people sometimes think that other people are superhuman. What would you say to that? Like someone watching going, that's all right for you, but you're superhuman, or you've got just some special ability or something about you. Like, because some people just they don't realize that if someone else can do something, they can too. What do you think about that?
Well, I feel like anybody can do anything. At the end of the day, you know, like we're all, you know, I've actually seen people in this group that are actually in third world countries making more money, you know, than what a lot of people do in a lifetime. You know, it's crazy. So I believe anybody can do it. We all come from the same thing, you know. We all start at the same sort of area, maybe in different cultures and different things, but everybody's got the same opportunity. And I think the biggest thing is the 6 inches between the ears is the thing that'll either make you or break you. You either fix that and get yourself moving, or you can sit there and go, oh, you know, somebody else, they've got the silver spoon. I'm a mechanic by trade. I didn't finish high school. You know, I've done a lot of crazy things over the years. I'm not the smartest tool not the sharpest tool in the shed, if you know what I mean. But I mean, I just get in and do the work. And that's the good thing about this, is it's just follow the bouncing ball, it's follow a process.
I think also that's that growth mindset, though. You've got, I mean, you've probably heard of it, the growth mindset. Carol Dweck did a lot of research into this, a psychologist. Maybe you haven't read it, I don't know, but you seem to have that mindset where you just believe in your own ability to improve, whereas some people believe they have a fixed ability, so whether they can either do something or they can't, and that's when they fall over, when there's an obstacle. I bet it wasn't your first ad that led to sales. How many ads did you go for? Well, maybe it was, I don't know. How many ads did you go through before you were not just making sales, but making profit?
Yeah, so I did a little bit different to what the rest of the group did. So it was said to do 3 ads and then find the winner. And if none of those win, do another 3 ads and do another 3 ads. So the first lot, I ended up doing 9 sets of ads in the first lot. Out of that, there was one that sort of took off. So then I started to model that around, and I built 3 ads on that and started to focus on that. So I probably did about 12 ads before I actually found a winner, the real winner. And then and that real winner, it's dwindled off a little bit now. So I'm actually just in the process of revamping that one again. And just it's just another little tweak of the thing again at the moment, and it'll be back up and running again. So it's all about testing.
So you're doing all this at the moment then off one offer. So imagine what's going to happen when you're promoting 5 or 6 different offers, and you've tapped a few different wells, so to speak, you know, or tapped a few different veins, as some people call it. So you've got a few things going. That's where you'll get that consistency by the sounds of it.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you say to any people that is around your age group then that's trying this? Because some people feel like it's only the younger people that are adaptable or can do this stuff, or they almost feel like you can't learn anything when you're a bit older. What'd you say to that?
That's crap. I mean, I tend to be, and I came into this program initially. It's like I've done. You know the background. I'm actually a business coach for 20 years as well, and you know, I've helped a lot of other businesses grow successfully and stuff like that. But I've had this really little small business with all the issues that we've had over the years. But you know, I came in thinking I knew a lot about internet marketing. I came in thinking I knew a lot about everything. I just said, you know what? Here's this young guy. Chris is the guy I've been working with. He's the guy that set up the program with you guys, and you know. Chris is what, 20, I think he's about 24 or 25. He's the same age as my sons. And I just look at him and I'm going, you know what? If he's making so much money out of this, I've just got to empty my head and say, stop the bullshit, get this 6 inches in the right space and go, okay, lead by, just take, he knows something more than I know because he's making that sort of money. So there's got to be something there. And so what I suggest is, you know, it doesn't matter how old you are. You know, you've got the ability to change. It's just that 6 inches in between the ears. You just turn around and say, okay, well, somebody else knows something better than you. Why not listen to them? You know? Or,
yeah. You know, I mean, just to clarify with people, it's Keegan and his business partner Chris who came up with the model. You may have heard a bit about Keegan if you're watching this this interview. Maybe you haven't. I don't know, but just in case you hear the name Keegan as well, though, you know, there's two of them. There's Keegan first, and then he pulled in Chris into the model, and then Chris ended up smashing it as well. And they both ended up teaching all this small group of beta testers how to go about it, and having the phenomenal success thanks to them. Would you mind letting me know, because I'm interested, what did you think about the whole AI stuff? Like, because I know that the first part of the model, making your ads, it's generated in terms of, I mean, I know you're using a template to get the script written for your ad, but you're using AI to almost generate the video. So it pulls in the stock footage, and you're using a robot voice. So it's not even a real person's voice, it's a robot. What were your thoughts about that when you first heard about that?
Well, it's funny because I mean, I've been watching a fair bit of stuff on YouTube anyway for this COVID crap that we're going through. And there's actually a channel on there that's actually, there's two channels I've been following, and that's all they've got is the AI voice. And when I saw this, I'm going, hey, look, you know, for years I've been doing stuff in front of a camera, and you get in front of the camera and you spend more time editing your own mistakes and all that sort of stuff. And this, you just type up the script, plug in the thing, and the AI voice comes in. It's nice and simple. And hey, look, it works. So can't argue that it works, because it does.
Yeah. I think it's phenomenal, really.
It's easy. So easy.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to just show someone a quick demonstration. I'm just going to type something in. All right, so listen to this. And I'm just going to bring my microphone up and you have a quick listen. Sorry, it's just converting it. I'll wait till it's converted. Now I'll play it.
Hi, Greg. What do you think of my voice? I think I sound rather realistic, even if I'm not, though. If it works, why knock it?
Exactly right.
It's just a brief example. I'll just pick another one. I don't even know how good these voices are going to be. Some are better than others, but I'll just pick one more just so people get a rough idea what they sound like, because these voices, they're not 100% realistic sounding, but they're real enough that they capture people's attention and they work. And it means that you don't have to get in front of a camera, you don't have to hire a voiceover artist. It makes everything simpler.
It's really simple. I mean, I've got 3 I'm doing today, and it'll takes me longer to write up the script than it does to make the video and everything else.
Right. I'll show you another example real quick. Same.
Hi, Greg. What do you think of my voice? I think I sound rather realistic, even if I'm not, though. If it works, why knock it?
Yeah, it's just different accent, different voice. There's actually hundreds of these kind of voices and stuff, and it's it makes it, I guess, more straightforward. Now, how long, once you learn how to do it, so you're following a simple 3-step model: video ad to a landing page on a website to an affiliate offer, and there are hundreds of affiliate offers to choose from that convert really well to sales. So some millionaire has gone and made a product that is really good in a particular niche. Maybe it's a woodworking course, maybe it's a dog training course, maybe it's a supplement that helps people with their vision problems or with their joint problems or something else. Someone's made a product, you earn a commission. So how long does it take to actually produce one of these videos now that you know how to do it?
Okay, so to produce using the system, when I first started, it was taking me a day completely to write a script, do a video, and get it all done. So it's taking a day. Now I can do 3 in a day. So basically, it's pretty straightforward. I can do 3 in a day, write the scripts. There's not a lot of changes to the scripts that need to be done. The AI voices. Now there was a change in the software. So they had to relearn the software. It's a little bit more complicated now, but actually no. Well, I'm not too sure what the guys have got with the course now. So that's something that's done. But I've got the one of the other softwares that was mentioned earlier in the piece, and it's a little bit fiddly. Where the other software was quite easy to do. I could have done the 3 of those in half a day, and I think that's what you guys are putting together now in the course, I think, from my understanding. So.
Yeah, and what people don't realize also is that a new video might even take 10 minutes because of the fact that, or might even take 5, because of the fact that not every video is a brand new from scratch video. Sometimes all you're changing is the first minute, right? So you might make one video and take half a day, but then the next video takes you 5 minutes because you've only changed the first line just for testing.
Yes. Sorry, just to say, to follow on with that, I've got 3 that I'm testing tonight. That is actually one from the winner. I'm only changing the first screen on each of those, and that took less than half an hour to do all 3 of them. So they're set, ready to. They're ready to run tonight. So the longest time of that was writing the ad up again.
It's probably becomes quite fun though. I think making videos and typing in scripts and just seeing it pop out and like that, it can't be boring, right?
No, that part of it's fine. The part that's boring is the leaving Google to do its own thing. You know, let YouTube and Google do its own thing, because coming from the Facebook world before, I was playing around and touching it. You know, you're in there trying to, you know, rectify things, and that again, the AI is doing the work inside Google. So let Google do the thing. So that's the thing. You're just sitting there hitting the refresh button.
just hoping Google's tapping the right parts of the audience, and it figures it out eventually. So
it does.
Great. Okay, so what would you say to anybody that perhaps is watching this but hasn't joined in on a free workshop yet to discover what this is all about? And let's say Keegan or Chris or both are on that workshop, and they're gonna teach the whole overall of the model and show a few things on screen. What would you say to motivate them to want to turn up and have a look?
Well, if it's free to watch and that sort of stuff, you've got nothing to lose. I don't know how long it's going to be, but geez, you've got nothing to lose for something that's going to give you. I mean, like I was saying, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I think this is the best business model I've ever come across. I mean, I've worked with a lot of businesses, and so there's no, if you're thinking about getting into this, you don't have team issues, you don't have employment issues, you don't have bloody delivery issues, you don't have any of that sort of stuff. It's really just because it's AI, and because you're using Google and you're using a vendor's thing to sell products, you know, you're mad if you don't turn up and just see exactly how it goes together, because it'll be the best payoff you'll ever have, I reckon.
And what about somebody now, let's say they're watching this when the doors have opened, because the doors aren't open for very long, letting in a limited number of students like you guys. What'd you say to them about joining the program and about investing in yourself? What would you say about that?
Well, it's a bit hard to say. I mean, I would say you're mad if you didn't, because at the end of the day, like I was saying, there is no better business model. It's simple. You don't have to get in front of a camera. You'd be mad if you just didn't dive in and just take the first step, take the plunge, because, you know, if you don't have a go, you'll never know. And you sit back in 6 months' time or 12 months' time going, you know, I wish I did, or, you know, nothing changes unless you change. So you need to take that first step. And it might be a bit scary to start with, but look, there's been so many people on this program that have you know, been in a lot worse situations than what I am, and they're doing a lot better than, you know, everybody's winning in this program. So
no, this is fantastic. And you obviously, you know, you're someone that's really always determined to push through any stubborn obstacles that ever you come across anyway. So I think you're always destined to succeed no matter what. By, you know, the attitude, I think that mindset stuff that you've been talking about today has been also really, really inspiring and important.
Well, the biggest thing is, you know, you'll have some mistakes happen, you know, things go wrong and that sort of stuff. As long as you've got the fortitude to be able to stand back up and dust yourself off. And, you know, Jerry says something in one of the first trainings I ever did. I'm not sure if he's putting it in this one, but it's, you know, stay laser focused, never give up, and take massive action, you know. And I was reading an autobiography of Arnold Schwarzenegger. So actually, it's on a YouTube thing I was looking at, you know, when my wife passed away, and then I had the business I was working in, and I was kind of thinking, you know, what am I going to do now? It's like she was part of the backbone of the business and all that sort of stuff. And I said, look, what have I done over the years? It's helped me or hasn't helped me. And part of it is what I call BSOs, bright shiny objects. And so with Arnold Schwarzenegger, he says, you know, burn the boats, just stay laser focused and do it. And as I was saying, Jerry's thing was stay laser focused, never give up, take massive action. And that's really what it boils down to. If you want to get results, if you're doing the same thing day in, day out, expecting a different result, it's a definition of insanity. So you're better off taking the step, put the action in, and just go for it. Yes, there'll be stumbles. I just call them, you know, speed humps in the road of life, you know. Just go over the speed hump and just jump back up and go again.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. I really found everything you had today to be highly inspiring, and I hope other people did too. So I just want to say a big thank you for joining us today. You've been absolutely amazing. And also just want to say to everybody else listening, make sure you take action with what you learn. If you haven't joined a free workshop, get on one right away. If you haven't joined, then I highly recommend that you invest in yourself. Take the plunge, because it is probably the best system that's ever existed in affiliate marketing. And I've been in affiliate marketing for 20 years, which is some time. And this is some opportunity right now.
Yeah, it's a blue ocean for us at the moment. It's great.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.